Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao-Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao
yeah. Okay. Let me ask you something.
I was going to ask you something first,
Too late, I beat you to it.
but not in my mind. In my mind, I was just getting ready to ask you.
First off, shout out to Synth Samurai's wife. Trooper in the universe protects those
Whom it serves.
the power of belief, people. No doctor can stand to it. Okay. Now that that's it,
Uh-huh.
did you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Well, I think mine is just like a passerby type of comment, type of question.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I could go first. I mean, Apollo Hanzo, there's a God.
It must be somewhere.
I said there's a God.
It must be somewhere.
How often do you guys really stop to smell the roses? With life's hustle and bustle and the busyness of it all, and whatever peculiar predicament you might reside in, how often do you really just slow down, stop, and acknowledge shit? Let me tell you what sparked this sudden burst of
Curiosity.
yes, ideals. I told my brother I have to go make water, and I'll do it on the local watering tree where all of our guests go, including us. And as I'm doing that, I just, to my left, I look and I see an ant on the tree, and I see this tree is just towering over me in all its tree glory.
It's majesty.
And I just stop to acknowledge it and just look at it and smell the roses. Well, a little urine too, but I was smelling the tree roses. And I thought to myself, coming back here, as I'm looking at grass and literal flowers, I said, oh my God, I need to just stop and smell the roses.
I think the best thing about our walks, our nature excursions, you just get to see things in slow motion versus being on a pedal bike, a motorcycle, a automobile,
A aeromoplane,
a helicopter.
or a goddamn Emma-track train.
Shit, maybe even a speedboat.
Or hell, why not a submarine?
Or maybe one of them Elon Musk rockets.
The Falcon 9 is what it's referring to.
The Millennium Falcon too, since we're going that far. We took a walk today and everything was in slow motion.
You just seem to notice a little bit more than what you normally acquainted to. I'm going to ask you guys again, how many of you fail to just stop and just smell the roses, stay in the moment. Just take one deep breath of just being in the moment and just acknowledging that you exist on this fine planet with all these fine human beings and animals. Outside of our worldly bullshit, conundrum, humanistic, barbaric ways, I'm talking about the actual good in life, the actual good in yourself. How often do you acknowledge this?
And you don't need drugs to obtain this.
No, this sort of self-recognition, he's saying.
This new self-behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, we truly looked at, I'm going to be honest. This was the first time I've ever seen this particular flower. I've never seen one like it.
Yes.
And it grabbed my attention and my brain said, oh, well, this is new.
I remember a time back when you were in Washington.
Lived here 3 years and have not seen this. Go ahead. I'm listening.
No, you're on it. And this is what that's leading to. I remember when you were back in Washington.
Yes.
And you told me you were driving down a highway, going to go see a client, or maybe coming back from a client. Only you could address that. However, you told me something fascinating that I really didn't know about you. You stopped and you said, I passed a field of some of the most strangest, bright colored flowers known to man. And I'm on the freeway.
They're called fire posters.
I haven't gotten there yet.
Go ahead, brother. I jumped. I jumped.
You just can't wait to butt in.
I'm like that runner who consistently is a habitual line stepper. Go ahead, my brother.
And you told me, man, you said, wait, I was on the freeway. Or a highway. I had to stop, back up, get out of my vehicle, make sure I was safe, and go out and acknowledge this said field of fire pokers. Go ahead and look them up. They're gorgeous.
I had an assistant with me too at the time. She looked at me funny for a minute.
But I thought then when you told me this story, I said, God damn.
Yes.
My brother's been affected by some flower.
Yes, sir.
And I thought to myself, even then, when has something like that grabbed my attention to where I immediately give a moment's rest?
Pull over and go, rewind. What is that now?
How brilliant it must have been for it to grab your attention when you're in the flow state of life. You know, the hustle and bustle, the stresses.
It's an odd thing to do when you're not used to it. It makes you look crazy.
Makes you feel crazy.
People look at you like you've lost your mind.
Yeah, right.
When I told my assistant, did you see those set of flowers? We need to stop the truck and go look at them. She looked at me as if I lost my mind.
Yep.
Life is a safari of such. Do you know what you do on safaris? You look at animals. The shit you've never seen before. That is life. We went back to go look at those flowers. I took a picture. Beautiful fucking flower, man. If you've never seen a fire poker, go look at it. It will command you to look at it.
Especially a field of them? Shit.
You know what's funny? When we looked and she looked at them, she said, oh, yeah. I get it now.
Yeah. Take a little time to yourself.
Yeah.
Life has and I guess I'm thinking about that too, because I woke up this morning and I woke up just being grateful this morning. And I was like, how often do I wake up first thing, open my eyes up and wide open and go, you know what? I'm feeling pretty grateful that I just did that right now. Like I just opened my eyes to another day. I'm pretty fucking grateful.
Definitely someone's out there battling something where that's not going to be the case.
It's not. It's not. Got good phone calls from my brothers. People's wives are doing well. People's lives are doing well.
People's sisters are doing well.
People's aunts, uncles, nephews, cousins, nieces, kids of her kids, and best friends to your uncle, niece's brother's nephew.
And brothers and such.
They're doing well.
But it was a beautiful thing for us to take this walk, stop, slow down, and look at the shit we would have missed
if we had not.
And are we really taking this life thing serious when we need to and be playful when we have to, but yet not forget about this big ass planet
With
and
all the, yeah, go ahead.
with all the things you've never seen.
Just going to say that. One would think we're twins.
It's hard to have a conversation with
yourself.
because yourself just keeps wanting to butt in with yourself.
It's almost like you're running tandem minds. You know, sometimes we focus on the doom and gloom because that's what's readily available. Sometimes you got to dig deep to find the positive things in this here life. The earth is a beautiful planet. And I said it before, outside of humanity's bullshit and our imperfections and our flaws, this is a beautiful life. We get to share it with beautiful people and beautiful bass guitars.
And synthesizers like the PWM and the Mantis. And don't forget about Strymon pedals. Shout out to Strymon.
Man, all I just said was a bass guitar, and you got a list of shit.
And don't forget about the East Beast.
Damn.
And the Lyra 8. The Solar 42s in the world. The Hydrasynth lovers. The people who can't have a CS80 but want one. To all the fat ladies out there who rock the Casios.
Damn, they still make the Casio?
I don't know, but it's a thing in that community.
Life is a wondrous playground, and we're all children of it. We're children of life, and we've never really grown up if you think about it. Look at us. We sit here and play with musical instruments.
It's crazy.
It's wild. We're just big kids with a little bit of more priority, sure. Little stress on it, but that's okay. It keeps us going. Let's make a list. Let's just list off some shit why life is so fucking beautiful, man. You know what? Because I'm tired of dark retreats. We get enough of that shit.
We just served up dark retreats for like,
I don't know,
4 weeks straight.
Four of them. How many hours is that, Chrome? How many hours is in 4 weeks? And don't use a calculator. I want you to take it old school, get a pen and paper, and work that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Is Chrome even in here? Yes, he is.
Yeah, you know he is.
One of the most fascinating things I like about life is when the nighttime rolls around, and although I don't do it as much, I like to be as small as dust and look at the stars and just feel how insignificant I am in that big, infinite abyss of wonder. Mm-hmm. 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 It's one of the most beautiful things to be a human being and to be able to acknowledge that you're on this spinning ball of love, and outside of that is a playground of cosmic interactions.
Which leads to this topic.
Wait, what do you like about life, my brother? Don't be so fast to leave the confines of this here dwelling.
I thought I spent enough time on it doing the monologue, my brother.
That's all right. I'm asking you a question.
So you want me to stay with it?
What do you love about life, my brethren?
What is there not to love about
life?
Well,
look at there. Narrow it down for me.
I like to feel the stress sometimes.
Oh.
I think I don't want to say I get comfortable in the stress, but I think I like to really experience stress because that's a thing about life you got to deal with. I like that about life, that there's something to worry about.
Little edge. He likes that there's a little edge to this.
I like that there's a little bit of curiosity too, but that may be subjective from one mind to another.
Yes.
On how much you're willing to get. So curious, in fact, that it might have murked the cat.
Damn.
I like what I really love about life.
Yeah. Well, shit, now that we in it.
Is to try to experience less of the simulation and more of nature.
But isn't that a part of the simulation, though, if that's the theory?
I don't know. It depends on who you ask, son.
So you want to spend more time admiring this here simulation?
No.
Well, some of the subdivisions of it, because
that's cool.
Because of the nature
don't
is
get me
part
wrong,
of it.
that's cool. But
Yeah.
I don't want to immerse myself so much in it to where I don't ever get back to what nature is.
Yeah. Yeah, nature is a part of the simulation, my brother.
But hey, there's the polarities. There's something to love, and then there's just something to love a little less. If you think about it, you don't want to do without.
It. Yeah, yeah. I see where you're going with this. You just need a little appropriate taste of everything. It's like Thanksgiving, okay? It's like Thanksgiving. You want a little bit of everything on your plate because you know it's all good. Sometimes you may not want a heavy amount of cranberry sauce, but you just want a little. Change up the palate.
Unless you got that one relative that likes to constantly bring pig intestines, chitlins.
Yeah, that's just some things you just don't want on your plate. And that's fine.
That's fine.
You ain't got to have that in your life. If you don't want to jump out of a perfectly fine airplane, you ain't got to do it.
How many of y'all actually slowed down today and tell the truth? Went outside or went wherever there's life and just looked around for a little bit. Just looked.
I think I seen Jason do it.
Jason's outdoors. We're talking about Get Jervis?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's outdoors. He's out there.
And then I want to know how many of you are thinking about it now just because we said something. Be honest. Because there's nothing wrong with that either. We're here for, we're Symptoms of Reality is here to remind ourselves. And when I say ourselves, I mean you, brethren. You are no different or no distant.
You sound like a black Alan Watts.
From us.
Kent said I did. And quite a lot at that.
And Kent's going through some shit right now. How many people are grateful that they don't have to wake up with some sort of ailment or some sort of just difficulty of even just processing and moving your body? I'm saying that because Kent's living through some shit right now. And he's not alone.
It's a lot to love about life. And every individual sees life a little different. But now I'm going to throw a curveball at you. Be honest with yourselves. These are the conversations we have on our walk. Who do you let in your life with enough trust, enough courage to follow this individual no matter what they say or what they do? You just believe in this individual and you follow. And what seems like a great idea Still not yours, to someone else's. But yet you follow this individual. How much of you now is owned by someone else's conscience? At what point do we let people decide things for us and steal our imaginations?
We talked about this earlier.
And you're being robbed if you are following someone else's dreams. You're being robbed. If you're following someone and they want to make their own, I don't know, a compound or a particular fruit drink. Who knows?
I mean, is that the fault of the follower?
Would you much rather be led and shown things, or are you the person that just needs to
Lead.
head the goddamn thing up?
You just got to lead it.
Paul Holmes said, "Don't follow the orange dude."
Damn. Yeah, who knows where he's going to take you? Who leads and who follows? I tell you one thing, we're all followers in whatever fashion or shape, shamani, shawani that looks like to you. We're all following something. No one's not going to not be a follower. Just how much of yourself are you going to allow to follow?
How much do you want to commit?
We follow the rules of this here system so we don't get our asses thrown in jail. We follow it. We follow
Probes. I always had the feeling Santa was a part of an organized crime mob.
We follow Christmas and Santa Claus. We follow it. Some of us at least.
Bob Dylan had a song, "Gotta Serve Somebody."
You see there? You see there?
Cresshead said he follows his nose.
And what a schnoz it is. And what a handsome schnoz it is, Mr. Cresshead. How many of you have followed that particular boyfriend or girlfriend around and just followed? Maybe y'all at the grocery store or at the mall. Which one of you leads and which one of you follows?
Let me tell you how strong your imagination is. You follow someone, they make content, you land on their channel. How long do you give it before you say to yourself, if he just did this? That's a portion of you that just says, I can't follow 100%. I got to be a creator. I got to create.
I have to give my input. I have to give my insight.
I have to leave my mark. Welcome in Daniel Dillip, VP. About those Cinnabons, though.
I mean, what about them Cinnabons, though?
Reconsider it. Sketchpad, Paul Holmes, the Cresshead, Crazy Rabbit, Simon, Great Batch, George G's.
Oh, and the Tonesmith. I don't know who else is out there.
But to follow someone now is it's a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing we all play. Because what we get are the entertainers in front of the camera. What you don't get is what's going on in the personal life. Would you approve of it if you knew? Would you disapprove of it?
Cressy says,
there's always a line to be stopped.
He says, if you have to be 100%, you'll constantly be searching for the unsearchable. And Chrome says, lead by example. I guess if you're not following anybody and you're constantly leading, you would have to find ways to keep you constantly leading. And I see what you're saying there, Cressy.
I just like how other people have the best ideas for your life because maybe it's a God complex and they think they have the answer and this is what it should be. And all I'm trying to do is sell you my idea. That goes on every day. Someone's trying to sell you their idea. You're trying to sell your idea. We got something to sell here, people. It's about how we do it and how we understand it. And with artificial intelligence merely replicating human life with newscast and God knows what else for who knows how long, because we're always at least 10 years behind technology. That's what they say. Welcome in Studio 8 Effects. We just got to be careful who we follow. We've had someone sneak into Monkey Island selling us false dreams. You don't know about this, but we do. This person came in and tugged the heartstrings and took advantage of us and sold us a pipe dream. It's a mixed bag of feelings when someone does that to you. And you know this channel is all about one's mental health, one's mental being. This channel has not been anything other than caring for the community. And if someone was whispering dirty things around your back, we will let it be known. Because we don't tolerate the gossip here. We don't tolerate the negativity. But we let a person in, he took advantage of our feelings, and now is no longer going to be addressed on Monkey Island. You could stay on Monkey Island, but sooner or later you would get the message. Just to leave on your own will, we shall not dictate here, brother. That's my version of the Black Alan Watts, by the way. If you didn't know, sit your ass down so you can know. Go ahead, my brother.
I'm going to go back to my tangent. How many of y'all wish y'all could just live the life you lived as a goddamn 5-year-old? How many of you wish life was still that goddamn magnificent, where your daydreams could come to reality? You could put a cape on and fly around this bitch.
When it was all so simple then.
How many of y'all wish you was a kid and you pushed the chair up to the refrigerator while your brother had cowboy boots on? And he went up and took the box of Fruit Loops off the top of the fridge and dropped them all over the floor, and we began to sit down in a circle and eat the Fruit Loops nonstop at wee hours of the morning.
Uncle Chrome, you got it right. We came in with servants who took care of us.
That's right.
All we had to do was use our imaginations.
That's it, and eat.
Eat Fruit Loops and waffles.
And shit.
If you had that.
You didn't even have to clean that up half the time.
And someone was in charge of you to do this. Oh, take me back to the days, Chrome. Please, keep dropping more facts, Chrome.
When all you had to do in life was sit there and create with your imagination. You want to know why the universal conscious field is so readily, tangibly there? Because everyone around the world as kids, I'm speaking for back in our days, we're 47 now. I'm talking 80s. It seemed like every kid across the world knew instinctively there was this majestical blueprint where everybody knew how to build a goddamn go-kart. Sure, my go-kart was a little different from yours. Yours a little different from mine, but it's the same goddamn blueprint. You put your baseball cards with a paper clip on your bike tire. You wanted to make it sound like a motorcycle, and you had the grandiose of time. All you had to do was create.
It was a clothesline clip, just so you know.
It was a clothesline clip. You heard what this dude just told me.
But yeah, go ahead, brother.
The days of being young, carefree, the world was a beautiful place. You weren't easily tainted by adults because they did adult shit and you did kid shit. You spent over half of your time in your imagination, which was good then. It was pure. It was full of fucking splendor and endless possibilities. How many got a goddamn pillowcase and tucked it in your brother's neck and pushed him off the bed because you believe he could fly?
Dillip said, I remember the 70s, bikes and roller skates. And the 80s. Paul Holmes said, my go-kart was dope. We were all engineers. VP, I'm trying to be an infant again. Damn, that's cold.
Now let me ask y'all this real quick. If y'all not done, I'll let you catch up.
Wait, hang on. Can y'all imagine what a Kent Spong go-kart would look like?
Oh my God. That motherfucker would be the most muscled up go-kart. It'd have 2 lawnmower motors. Ken Spong would have fabricated his own differentials and transmission. Like he would have had a full-on car. Let's be honest here. If cars were not a thing, Kent would have invented the Model T, but it would have had a lot more muscle.
Viral Beats, yeah, we used to jump from the top bunk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jack, still got some suede sneaker skates. Damn.
The Rolo Rink.
Cressy said, being 5 years old, you only lived what? 25% of your life. What did he say?
Not even that.
Oh, 20% of your life.
Yeah. But here's where I'm going. Just come along for the goddamn ride, people. At what point did we follow somebody and lose our goddamn imaginations? We lost our fucking childhood ways and thoughts, man.
Kent's go-kart. It had a battering ram made from oak vintage tables.
See what I'm saying?
Y'all
still creating right now. Welcome back.
Welcome back, y'all.
Welcome back, y'all. You see when you use that imagination, you see how you already built Kent's go-kart?
And then here's the amazing thing. What else were you thinking about since we've been on this topic?
Oh.
I want everybody to hurry up now.
We'll wait.
Did we steal the imagination?
Or did we bring it back?
Did you go somewhere negative or about your bills or just anything negative? Did we take you back?
Did we just get you back in a wrinkle of time?
Did you go back in on your youth? How many of you did it and didn't think about anything else?
And then when you thought about it, how real did it feel because you lived it?
You went back there.
You went back to a piece of time in your subconscious mind and you lived a little bit and you didn't think about anything else. We'll give you time. Go on. Let us know.
And that's the other part of the safari I had mentioned earlier was about. It wasn't about just viewing the external things on this planet. It's about viewing the internal things as well, brothers. And there's a lot to be viewed. Who's with me?
I am with you, brother. Wait, hold on. I want y'all to answer that. I'm going to wait before we jump to the next goddamn point of this.
Welcome in, Cork.
Cork's back. And I hope you got a plate full of carrots. Because we're going in the rabbit hole.
For that whole conversation, I was literally lost in my childhood. And I wasn't thinking about anything else other than my childhood. It's a powerful thing when you can do that and you can help someone else do that and not have a wandering mind span. When I look at content, I don't want to have the wandering mind span. I want to be engaged in the content creator. I want to forget about some things and just be in the simulation. VP says, I do miss playing football.
There you go.
Regress, my brother. Go back and look at everything you did that was fun when you were young. Man, it was just fun having 5 pieces of candy. And this is for ourselves. We kind of grew up poor here. So give you a little wear in our shoes. I had 5 pieces of candy. And anytime I could get 5 pieces of candy.
Shit, you was happy.
I was living it up. And I used to play games to make the candy last longer.
Deep in your imagination.
Right now, I'm deep in my imagination, boys. How deep can you go? I remember these things.
Let me ask another question. Where did our imaginations go? And what was the turning point where we lost it and said, we can't do this anymore? We're not allowed to dream big and have wondrous imaginations. At what point did we become these pent up, stale, fucking closed off, run of the fucking mill, average, normal, go along with society type fucking people? Why did we never keep our childhood?
Synth Samurai said, school stole the imagination. Here's how close Synth Samurai is. My brother and I got embarrassed at a young age. We knew what embarrassment felt like. We knew what the program was teaching cool to be, and we weren't being cool. But we had a friend come over, and he came in a room, and him and I were playing with our toys still. And I don't remember our age, but apparently it was too old. Him and I were playing with toys. We had Big John Stud, Andre the Giant. We had the wrestling ring. Do you remember the wrestling ring you used to get your action figures?
Mm-hmm.
We had the cage. And him and I were playing. My wrestle figure, my wrestle man, whatever the fuck it is, the toy, jumped off the bunk bed, came down, and gave an elbow to Hulk Hogan. And the crowd cheered. Now, a buddy of ours at the time walked in on us doing this. And we're like, so happy. And I think Lamar says, hey, man, you want to play toys with us?
I didn't say toys. I probably said something like, you want to play WWF with us? I just went 15-0.
This dude began to laugh at us hysterically, to where we were both kind of like immediately bothered by the laugh. You ever have someone laugh at you because where you are in your life and it be like a really nasty fucking laugh? That was the laugh. Then he proceeded to go to school the next day and tell all of his friends the twins are still playing with action figures.
Toys.
And then we allowed ourselves to follow this individual's ideation because, oh, he must be smarter than us, greater than us, cool.
Or all grown up.
Or maybe he was saying the right things to the right people and the wrong things to the wrong people. It was embarrassing. We went home. We took our fucking wrestling men, our little muscles. Remember the muscles? We put them under our bed and we vowed to never see those things again. We let someone steal that from us.
And Recon's right. You'll let some sort of action or something that'll just take the childhood right out of you. But my thing is, like Bicky says, but it's all a choice. It's all remembering. You can have a stressful bad day or have something in your day go completely wrong, but that should not be able to take away your dreams, your imagination, and your future hopes. If being in the moment steals all that from you, that's a sad day. Since when do we let our perceivable hard times take away the good parts about us? Would you much rather give all of you into this feeling, this emotion, and just succumb to it and just eradicate your whole life? Just go ahead. Do you let it consume you? Or do you go back to what you know and just let things play out and have an imagination again and look towards something better? When we believed in our imaginations as kids, a lot of that shit would have came true because we didn't have any fucking outside imprints on us. We were still creating in our minds. This is why we had the go-karts. We were all doing what we were thinking about. It was happening right in front of us. It was limitless. And now that we've grown up and we got all this bullshit on us, we look back now and go, well, where did a part of me go? I'm looking at my twin brother here, and I don't see the same guy when we were 5 years old.
And that's not to say we're disregarding your adult responsibilities.
No.
Come on. That goes without being said.
We're talking about how come we didn't luggage that shit up with us as kids and keep that parts of ourselves. Why do we have to let that go? And who gives a fuck if people think you're weird because you play with toys?
I know a grown dude that played with trains. Y'all know this dude.
And half of us wish we was him. I want to know this. Bicky, maybe you can answer it. What if today we just sacrificed a little bit of piece of ourselves and just found that kid that we left behind, that young Jack, that young Bicky, that young Cressy, that 5-year-old Probes, the 6-year-old big brain Uncle Crone, the 5-year-old Tone Smith.
Samurai saying he gonna make 3D action figures of the Synth Renegades.
You see?
And the Synth Mafia. So they can have a antagonist. He said, get the monkeys in there too.
So I'm asking you guys, Sammy seems to have no problem going back. What if we did that? What's so wrong about going back to capture a little bit of your childhood and incorporating that in your day-to-day normal life?
Oh, we're getting there, VP. He says, you're playing music now. We ain't got there yet, VP. Mm-hmm. Why you always ahead of the pack?
Stop it.
Why you never want to run with us? You always like flexing your stamina and you always stay ahead of the pack eating Cinnabons and we can't figure out why you so healthy.
Now knock that shit off.
Stay with us, bruh.
And pay attention.
what my man is saying is, it's great to get back there. Immerse yourself in that, because the safari is not only outward, it is inward. You must notice everything about this life. Don't let nothing go unfucking scathed. Peel back everything to the bone.
Are half of you guys, maybe not even half of you, maybe none of you, but are you worried about if you go to your childhood imagination and have a good time there for shit, I don't care however long you can manage it, few hours? Are you afraid that it's going to take away your day-to-day struggle? Are you afraid it's going to make you care less about the day-to-day struggle? If so, then I would say you have succeeded.
Sammy said everyone was trained to forget who they were or are. That's true. Because
it's true.
Some people just believe in what other ideas are out there because they can't believe in themselves. They can't. The hardest thing in life, I say it over and over, the hardest thing in life is to be yourself. There's so many different influences. It's tug of war all over the fucking place. That mental safari, if you don't put that safari hat on and get that mental safari game strong, someone's willing to take you and traffic your thoughts. Think about that. Now, here's something interesting. Let me know if you're with me. When I watched Get Jervis, and you really, really watch Get Jervis, okay? You really watch him. I know those that do. A lot of them are here right now who really watches the show. Even if you're lurking, it's on. You're paying attention in the background, but you got to get shit done. That man has went and found himself in a new playground, on a new level. He's trying to get back to somewhere and stay in it. You've never seen a man put so much passion into his show. That's what it has to be. It can't be anything less. It has to be all in, go in on your personas, pick a protagonist or an antagonist, commit. Look at the Sin Samurai show. First time I seen that show, I thought that dude was crazy as hell. Until I realized what was going on, and it was all so clear. I was like, yes, fuck. How could I have forgotten?
He reminded me of the gaming world's Dr. Disrespect. That's how I saw him in the synth world. When I first saw the show, I thought, oh, this guy looks like he's got some Dr. Disrespect going in his game.
The game was crazy. The game, now take in mind, my brother and I are 3 years into this, okay? He's what, 5, going on 6? If you were a smart person, you would look at it and you would go, I have to go back. My channel needs me to go back.
And be us.
And then you get this energy off people. You get this gumption. You get what they're doing. And you're like, that 5-year-old self, that 13-year-old self was right there.
It's always right there. I wonder how all of us right now, if we were, imagine this, people, if we were all right now, go back with me in your mind bullets. What if we were all 5 years old right now, all of us? And you put us in some big ass playground, all of us. And we just met, all of us. Could you imagine the game of fucking whatever we would have? Hide and go seek, tag, war, dirt rock fights? Could you imagine our basketball and football games, or for those of you, football meaning soccer? Could you imagine the water guns and the balloon fights we would all have? How many of us are in here? 24?
Could you imagine yourself in a crazy rabbit hutch with the red light on, and it's about 5 artists from the community just chilling in there, listening to music and having conversations and remembering things that happened because we've all been here for a year almost? With you go back to just being young, hanging out, running your mouth, doing the things you love.
Jack says, was so bad, other people's mamas would ask to whoop me.
That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was back then. You learn lessons the hard way every time. What's changed from there? We're still learning lessons the hard way.
Tom said he got his goddamn rabbit costume on right now.
You couldn't get us out of Marvel characters. We had Marvel t-shirts that we would wear to school all the time, and we would just trade out with each other because we're twins. I didn't wear it yesterday. He did. We didn't have a lot of money, and we were happy with it. And everyone said, y'all still wearing cartoon shirts?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all still wearing comic book shirts?
See, there it goes. Somebody affected them, got them out of it.
We can't afford what you got. Why are you picking on us? We come from a different cloth because we was raised like that. I miss those days.
Samurai says, grade 5, tallest kid in my class. Grade 6, shortest. Just like that.
Life throws you a curveball.
Warheart Arts. I made friends easily at 5.
Shit, I think we all probably made friends easy at 5. We didn't have judgment per se.
Probe says, that's why I like Mario games. They have wonderful childlike qualities about them. Chrome said he had friends 5 years old too. He had his second girlfriend when he was 5. Underoos is what Studio 8 Effects is talking about.
Underoos.
The underwear that's fun to wear. Underoos.
How many of y'all remember this? The only people that got lied to was your parents because your friends meant everything. It was the man that you were afraid of and the woman. You lied to him. You was out there doing shit you know you was doing. Parents were the enemies. We rebelled against our hands being held and being told what to do. That's a subliminal message. Were you ready for that one? Probably not.
Warheart Arts says, but even then, group consensus was a thing. It was. As a kid, I wore the same Casper costume for Halloween 4 years in a row, and that's what Hero was talking about. How many of y'all wore the Casper costume 4 years in a row? Let's talk about it now, goddamn. Yeah.
I think that's some smooth shit.
Tone Smith says, shit, I still rebel against being told what to do.
That's what I'm saying. The mind is so powerful for every individual. It does not want to do what other people are doing naturally because it is yours. It's your avatar. It's like, no, I want to do what you want to do, self.
Mm-hmm.
But we fight against it because they stole something from us.
How many of y'all moms and dads told y'all, get y'all asses in the house, the sun is going down, But you're out there with all your friends, and you're like, no, I don't want to go in the house because I'm not done playing. But you knew if you didn't listen,
You go to jail.
if you had that particular family,
You go to family jail.
or get your ass whooped.
And there was a punishment. Do you see what we're saying here subliminally? Did we go over your heads? The condition, the simulation. The is your mind, and who do you follow? Why do you follow? Do you understand how all this is connected? Where your parents made sure you had a curfew. You got 3 square meals. You were told what to wear. You were told what was crazy and what was not. You were told your dreams were nightmares. You were told what was good for you and what was bad for you.
You were told you were going to go to school. You were told you're going to go to college and become somebody.
Traitor to the living. What is going on, good sir?
Traitor to the living.
It's an honor to have you here on Monkey Island because you are a great content creator, sir.
And please, as we discussed on the Synth Samurai show, could you please review that whatever it is it was on the bass guitar so I can hear what its capabilities are? My good sir.
Studioid Effects said I had church 3 times a week. Good Lord.
God damn, John.
Good Lord.
How did that make you feel, John? 3 days a week?
Simon says, hang on. Simon says, there was always a house in every street where a grumpy twat lived. And we were all scared to get our football game.
We had a neighbor, his name was Rudy. And this man did not like anybody, no one, not even dogs or the mailman, to walk on his lawn. And now when the football or some sort of toy or
Goes right on the driveway.
what the hell you going to do?
He gonna come out barking at little Simon.
It's almost as if this dude, Rudy, was looking out his window 24/7, and that's all he did. He went to work, he came home
He looked out his window.
just to watch his grass and make sure none of these badass kids, even the mailman, was going to walk on it. That's the type of shit we're talking about.
That was our neighbor, Rudy. He ain't just making this shit up. Rudy went as far as to say, get your goddamn kids off my line about 1,000 times before he put a fence up on his property. And hell, the man ain't had but like 0.2 of an acre.
Not even that.
And decided he gonna fence off like 300 square feet.
You see, somebody stole that man's childhood dreams at a very early age because you can see where he's at now. His imagination has been totally wiped away of fun.
And he was hell-bent on stealing ours. Now, imaginations, that's energy. It takes energy to produce imaginations.
It takes positive energy.
So when someone comes along selling you false hopes on Monkey Island and having you believe in their ideas and believe in their feelings, and be warned of their intentions because they will steal your energy from you. And you can't let them have it anymore. We are not going to make the same mistake on Monkey Island.
I mean, we probably will because we can't perceive half the shit we know and know half the shit we perceive.
I'm going to buy into that.
Me too.
Just give me a while to process it.
I have to too.
It won't happen again on Monkey Island. Yeah, it kind of hurt our feelings. So what? I'm a little butthurt right now. Somebody got caught taking advantage of 2
sophisticated, fine-ass monkeys. Way down in the jungle deep. Bah!
The lion stepped on the signified
monkey's feet. The monkey said,
motherfucker, can't you see?
You're standing on my goddamn feet.
If you move in life too fast, that's what you do. You step on feet and you don't even know it. And sometimes we got to slow down and really understand the people who are here and invest a little bit more time in their art to see who they really are so they can paint the picture for us. But the days of just letting people in your home, they're gone, friends. Everyone now has to be vetted.
Fully credentialed.
Fully credentialed.
Social Security, birth certificate, driver's license. We want it all. Proof of residency.
We can't believe what we see. We can't believe what we hear anymore. And now that means you have to have a defense for that too as well. The defense needs to go up. If you keep getting fucked up by something, stop. Back up.
Reassess.
Get some defense for it. And then as you were.
How many of y'all gonna go back immediately to the struggles of your day? Or how many of you gonna leave here tonight with the understanding and the comfort of retreating to your old childhood self? Because if we're gonna do that, you know it's gonna take forever for us to get off of this podcast. As kids, you don't want to leave your friends. Hell, your friends understood you more than your own family did.
When I watch Viral Beats, that dude is like, he's a kid. And he has this devious kid laugh, like, you know, he was the bully. He was the bully for a long time. Viral Beats is like one of the biggest kids I know. That man is giggling, he's laughing, he's talking. And I'm there one day on his show, and some fucking commenter comes in who ignores all of this, whose life is running so fast
and so shallow.
He don't see the grass, the flowers, nothing. He immediately tells Viral, and I remember this, Viral. You may not remember this, but I do. You talk too much. Get on with it. I had to take that in. Because that shit kind of pissed me off. Yeah, it's not my channel, so, you know, of course, I'm not going to say anything that, you know, in my mind should be said. But it's not my channel. And I don't know the person. Maybe there's a different context there. But that shit pissed me off. And I wanted to react, and I'm glad I didn't, because there was no context there. For all I know, it could have been his cousin and just fucking with him. That'll teach you comment or something. Stop and think about the context of things. Get out of your head. You're selling yourself a pack of goods, and it's not good. But it pissed me off to see a commenter come in on someone's art, someone's fucking fun. The same guy that told us they're playing with action figures to the entire school.
Pretty sure it was the same dude. Killjoys.
And I hated that he had to go through it if it was what I thought it was.
You know, I think in order to be a school principal, you have to have zero memory of your childhood, and you just have to be completely shut off emotionalness, goddamn adult. Because I don't know one principal that let you get away with shit.
Tomorrow is Viral Beats' 4-year anniversary on YouTube. Congratulations. I hope we can get there.
Congratulations, Viral Beats, on 4 years. You're approaching half a decade is what you saying, my boy.
Oh, Viral Beats said, yeah, he remembered that. Yeah, bruh. Congratulations, though. I hope we can get to 4 years.
Milestones. You hear? VB, you're making milestones. You set out on this journey. You had no idea where it was going to go, but you knew you was going on it. Look back at it all 4 years to see where you started and how you've grown. All the times you failed, and maybe your wife and your kid. Hell, maybe some of us picked you up back on your feet, dust your knees off, pat you on the booty cakes, and told you, now get going.
Shout outs to I Am the One son, going through his life journeys at the moment. Shout out to Tigro.
Going through Tigro shit.
Synthcat know how to sneak his ass up in here. He is
Shout out to
truly a
Synthcat
cat.
for being the goddamn cat burglar of the night. He's a sleepless synth wanderer, looking to capitalize on the nearest and most grooviest vibes. He'll sneak in your show.
At the end of the day, people like Simon Great Batch, Probes, Uncle Chrome, Viral Beats, all of you guys, Dillip, you're investing your time into people's imaginations, and it appeals to you, and it makes you remember, and it retains you. There's some substance there that just keeps you there with that individual. Y'all just got to remember you're exploring in someone else's mind. They're allowing you to see what's going on in their consciousness. Slow down just to even think about that.
And appreciate that.
On how they're trying to project what's going on in their consciousness out to you. Manipulating this construct in an artful way for you. Everyone here who creates content, remember that. You're entering someone else's mind, literally.
That's a beautiful thing right there. That's another beautiful thing about life. Chalk that one up on the chalkboard too.
What's up, The Mind? Nice to have you back.
The mind.
We just got to appreciate one another, you know, and I hope I speak for most of us content creators. You don't have to view 100% every time. We all have lives, and we subscribe to the imagination because we believe in the imagination. So we're always there. We can always peer in through someone else's mindset. We can always use those doors.
What he's saying is take some time and peer through your own mindset for just a little bit.
This challenge is almost done, people.
This yearly challenge is
I don't know what I'm going to feel from this.
It's about to meet its end, brother. That's what we're going to feel from it.
Went in playing a game for a year.
No, my bro. It would be 465 days when it's all said and done.
I like when you bring that Black Alan Watts back to us. It's a beautiful thing.
It's the mind, brothers. Brothers and sisters of alike.
That's facts, The Mind. Essentially, eventually, everything that's meant to be understood by you and me will be conveyed with clarity. We just got to give it some time.
Just got to give it a little bit of time. Shit, put a little bit of WD-40 on it. Loosen up the edges.
Without imagination, there will be no creation.
I mean, everything around us everything on this materialistic ass planet that we put here came from somebody's imagination.
Everything surrounding you came from someone's imagination. Look at all the things there is to observe. Slow down a little bit and just try to observe. Here's something funny too. And we're going to get out of here shortly, but this is something funny. Imagine a 1 mile walk path. And that walk path is all smooth river rock. Now imagine that there are trees, a plethora of trees on either side, left and the right. And there's birds and there's insects and anything you could possibly imagine on this trail. And you take your first step to move forward. Every stone you step on or look at is not the same stone. They vary ever so slightly. Pay attention to each and every stone you can, because they all offer something different. We got to observe these things.
Could you imagine how long that walk would be if you're going to literally just sit and observe everything for that mile and what those rocks and trees have to offer?
Maybe you don't get it done in one day.
Maybe you don't.
Maybe you don't get it done in a year. But get it done.
Damn.
You know what I'm talking about here.
Slow the fuck down. Just slow down. Pump the brakes on your life travels.
Challenge yourself to see how much you're missing. Do it.
Yeah, get out of your bullshit.
Do it now.
Whatever you're going through. Just whatever you're going through right now. I don't care what it is. Whatever it is that you're going through. Don't look at it right now. Just look at everything else that's passing you by and that you're not paying attention to, that you probably should be.
Don't fall victim. We fell victim too fucking long.
How much of your life are you really going to surrender and then go, man, I wish I would have paid attention to that. Damn it.
Uncle Chrome, or if we have another mod in here, I don't know who's in here. Could you link the GoFundMe for Half God, Half Beast, please? If you direct your attention to the chap in the comment section, he is known as Half God, Half Beast. He is known as Bicky.
Biscuit Moon.
Biscuit Moon. We are trying to raise funds for this individual to have a better life. His government has failed him, and we shall not. No matter how long it takes, we need to acquire 5,000 US dollars. I told Bicky, no matter what, we're going to get there one way or the other. He knows this. If you can give $1, $2, shit, it's investing in your own kind here. 50 cents, a quarter. Because it's the small things that end up being the larger things down the road. Help this man out. He deserves it. He's going through a lot. You don't understand it because you don't walk his shoes, but you can help. They should have hired my ass for these goddamn animal rescue commercials. I would have brought some money in.
Starting to rain, too. It's starting to rain money outside as we speak.
Coins and all. I hope you guys took in everything we had to say. We won't point the individual out that was tugging on the heartstrings and leading us on a goose chase. We won't point this individual out. But like we do, we just don't give it our time anymore. Come and go as you please.
And go back to being kids. Shit.
Go back to finding what's good with life.
Because everything is good with life. You just lost your way to stop looking at it. because you're caught up in your bullshit.
Let somebody drop down the hope rope every time you get into the deep abyss of darkness and conspiracies and God knows what lurks down there.
And we're guilty of it our damn selves. We're saying something that, shit, we're doing constantly.
Because we're no better than you.
And we're making a video diary of this shit.
And for all you haters who like to steal our energy and sell us false prophets with your beady eyes
and your snarling grin
and your insatiable thirst
and that deep down hunger.
God knows how long you've been outside my door waiting,
anticipating,
scratching,
licking your chompers
just to get a chance
to suck us off.
Thank you guys for showing.
Peace, love, and happiness.
Love, bye.
Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right. Lao Tzu puts it in this way: the great Tao flows everywhere, both to the left and to the right.